Hey y'all, and welcome to the Sorry Not Sorry Generation podcast, where we bring you a not-so-healthy dose of humor and reality as we get our hands dirty with some serious nostalgia and question everything.
Let's dive in.
Hey everyone, it's Misty. I just wanted to throw out there that this is Breaking Dawn, the movie part 1 in its entirety. The entire first Breaking Dawn movie is in one episode. I know we usually split our episodes into two, but this is the whole Breaking Dawn movie. It's time for us to be done with Twilight. So, and the next Breaking Dawn episode will also just be one episode. So there's only going to be 2 Breaking Dawn episodes in total, and each is its own movie. Okay? Cool. Let's go. All right, let's watch Bella get uncomfortably married in a marriage she didn't want to be in.
Everyone looks uncomfortable.
It's Twilight. Nobody looks comfortable unless it's Bella kissing Jacob. Then it looks perfectly natural.
Then looks real.
Also, like, the opening scene is Jacob's house, and like their tarp is kept up with like dumbbell weights.
Yeah.
On the roof.
And Jacob is now leaving.
And Jacob
because he got the wedding invitation.
Yeah, he got the wedding invitation. This is where he runs off to Canada, and didn't bother to change out of his pants. He just let those rip, but had the obligation of taking his shirt off for the scene.
I mean, hey, he's an adult. I would not mind seeing him take his pants off.
I mean, fair enough. Like, even in the movie at the time, he's like 20-something. So
exactly.
Hey,
so yeah. I can ogle him all I want.
Yeah, I still think it's really weird that, like, Renee and Charlie have reactions when they get the invitations. Like, Bella didn't tell them she's getting married.
My
like,
mom
she
would kill
lives
me.
with Charlie. Oh, my mother would murder me and call her up and be like, "Hey, Mom, I'm getting married." She'd be like, "The fuck is wrong with you?" What? Especially like
who, what, when, where, how,
at
why?
18. Yeah, like at 18 too. Be like,
like Charlie's face or reaction is genuine. He's like, "The fuck am I supposed to do with this?" Versus, Renee's like, "Oh my god, they're getting married." It's like, what? At 18?
Yeah.
Why are you celebrating that?
Doesn't bother Renee because that's what she did. So, also, I love the decorations they use for this wedding. It's so nice. But Bella in heels is a terrible idea. Just on a default, like, Bella in heels is a bad idea
to begin with, and then we're gonna have her in heels,
and then you're gonna put everywhere. Her on on a forest terrain,
uneven ground.
Yeah, it's just like, that's a horrible idea. Even for somebody experienced in high heels, that's a bad idea. And then Edward's just up in the window, like, just Blair Witching it in a corner and brooding. Just looking so uncomfortable. The only one who's happy about this wedding is Alice. She's like, that's it.
Because Alice is playing with her dolls.
Yeah, pretty much.
And here's Bella's room completely packed.
Like, she's packing just to move, like, 5 minutes away to live with her future husband's family. Like, neither of you have jobs. Neither of you have college plans. You're spending what is probably $100,000 on this wedding because it's some expensive looking shit, and neither of you has a job.
Mm-hmm.
And I love how Edward is just super into trying to get Bella to back out of getting married when he's the one that proposed to her. Like, he proposed.
Well, he did, but it was more like he coerced her into it, basically.
True. Yeah, he did manipulate her into saying, like, yes and getting married and all that. But yet she's the one who's more comfortable with it now than he is, because even he's uncomfortable with what's happening. Oh, and he's
always trying to push her away. Always.
Oh, yeah. He's like, and Bella making fun of him for being a virgin is hilarious. But Edward being like, "Oh, I have more of my deep, dark, secret self I have to tell you." And he's like, "I'm a mass murderer. I'm a serial killer.
I had a rebellious teenage phase with Carlisle, and I want to kill a bunch of men. Specifically men."
It's just like, yeah, he does specify that he killed a bunch of men, and like that they were all bad dudes, like murderers and like rapists and stuff like that. And like, I guess if you're gonna kill people,
it might as well be those kinds of people. But at the same time, like, I mean, none of the other red flags have scared Bella away. So why would this one? He's an actual serial killer. Was purposely a serial killer. At this point, like when Edward went off from Carlisle for several years and like fed on human people, like that wasn't like him not being able to control himself. That was just him
He said it was a
actively
rebellion. Like,
wanting,
yeah,
yeah, like that
it
was
was an
actively
active
wanting to
decision.
kill people. And it's just like, you're actively killing people at this point. This is not a like I can't control myself because I'm like a newborn. This is me actively murdering people in public, apparently, according to these flashbacks. Just right out there in the middle of where everybody can see him. And she immediately justifies it. It's like, oh,
Immediately, they're all
you
murderers.
killed a
You
bunch of
did the right
people?
thing.
You killed a bunch of people? Oh, well, that's okay. Edward, sweetie, if you didn't figure out you were capable of murdering people, I hate to break it to you, but the average person is capable of that.
Now you're a
Doesn't,
superhuman.
yeah.
You're drawn to blood. So I mean, it's more of what your nature is.
Oh, now he's telling her she's gonna be a terrible person when she becomes a vampire. Great.
You're gonna not like what you see anymore. You're gonna get bored of me. Good. Let her leave.
Yeah, she should get bored of you, dude. I'm bored of you. But like, she asks him if there's gonna be any strippers, and he's like,
no, just a
no,
couple
just
mountain lions and baby bears.
yeah. She gives him this really confused look, and I'm convinced that she just had furry thoughts in her head. Like, I'm pretty sure I'd rather you go find some strippers, dude.
No,
This is the only time you ever see Edward and his brothers actually act like brothers and dudes.
just
Like, this is
acting
the only time
normal.
they're just like normal dudes.
I'll see you at the altar. No.
It's like, I'll be the one wearing white. Yeah, no fucking shit, Sherlock. Lord.
What's with the dog painting next to her bed?
Is a real creepy, weird dog painting of a dog nobody's ever seen on a much too large canvas. Like this little dog head painting on this huge canvas. It's just very strange. It's kind of weird. Yeah, this whole movie's weird. Like, in all honesty, it's not going to get any more normal the further we go, so why not? It still bothers me, these Shin Yun commercials, and they're like, China before communism. Okay,
When
which
is
of
the
the
culture
several
reborn?
what of the several thousand years are you talking about? Because China before communism is several millennia. And I'm just like, you can't get more specific, like more time specific than that. You're just gonna like just
Just
any
before
point in
communism.
time. Yeah, just before communism. Like, sure. That just tells me that they didn't do any historical outfit research, like any fashion history. And they just went with
Everything you think China looks like or looks
yeah.
like is what we're gonna give you.
Yeah, and they're just like, well, it's not modern,
Despite
so
accuracy.
yeah, like it's not modern, so we'll just go with China before communism. And it's just like that's super vague. That's several thousand years of super fucking vague is what that is. Oh. Oh, now she's hallucinating or
She must be
dreaming.
because she's walking normally in heels.
Yeah, right. Like she hasn't tripped in heels yet. So and it would be really weird if all your wedding guests like showed up to the wedding
In
all
white.
wearing white. Like every single one of them. Like that's real weird.
But I do like this dress over her actual wedding dress.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah. Like I do like it's got some nice design elements too.
And the Volturi are here.
I'm really sure the Volturi dude, the blonde, got younger looking, and it was kind of weird. And they had to put everyone and everything in white just for the contrast of when they cover everybody in blood like a second later. And it's just like,
He looks
why?
so comfortable and he's actually smiling for once, like the maniac that he is.
Eh. Well, that's because people are dead and that makes him happy, so. Because he's a psycho.
Less people for him to worry about, knowing about him, taking Bella away.
Eh. And Rosalie coming to offer to do Bella's hair. Like at least she's participating now because you just understand that this is inevitable and this is happening whether anybody likes it or not. So
But
you
she
might as
also
well
made it very
participate.
clear on like where they stand.
Yeah. Charlie just staring at all the graduation caps. He is slowly putting together that there is something really fucking wrong with his
there are
family.
not enough years or Cullen members to make up for the amount of caps that are in that on that wall.
Really, really not, in all honesty.
And Renee is like, "Oh, isn't that clever?" And then walks away. Like, do you not see anything
Renee
wrong with
gives no
that?
fucks. Renee gives no fucks. Charlie just looking super uncomfortable. Somebody should have done Renee's makeup better. Like, her mascara is all smeared under her eyes.
Something old, like your mother.
So rude. Something only an ex would say.
A salty ex.
Renee just sobbing over children Bella never wants to have. And Renee, or not Renee, but Rosalie just looking super fucking awkward.
Rosalie's just like, I'm gonna kill this bitch right now if she doesn't shut up.
Bella
is a mess.
True. But Bella and Renee's hair just looks
is
like
a mess.
Disaster. I love the wisteria. I don't know where the hell they got this much fucking wisteria to hang, but oh my god.
That's where all the money went. Most of the custom benches and all that hanging wisteria.
No, they made the benches. In the book, they say that they made the benches.
Oh.
It's where all the movie budget went, for sure.
Is the wisteria.
Yeah. There's the Denali's.
Jess is convinced that she's pregnant.
Yeah. It's like, no. Give it a week.
Not even.
And Bella's fully having a panic attack in the back. She's just like, oh my god, what's wrong with me? What am I doing? My life is a lie.
It's finally all clicking.
I love the wisteria, but I think it'd be prettier in purple. Like that light pale purple.
Yes.
Like,
I kind of like it in the white, though.
Like, I get why they picked the white because of the wedding, but, like, so many people are wearing a shade of purple, like, in the audience, including, like, the mom.
The whole bridal party is wearing...
Yeah, is all wearing purple. So, like, you should have made the wisteria purple, too. Oh, look, she's not falling.
No, you know what they should have done? Left it white, but added in purple lights.
No, that would have been pretty, too. I also really love this song. The 1,000-Year Song.
Oh, yeah.
It's a really pretty song.
I'm not gonna lie, I do like the song.
Yeah. It has a part 2. Have you ever listened to part 2?
I mean, I listened to the whole song, but no,
Yeah, there's 2 parts to this song.
No.
I like the lace work on her dress, like up the back and like on the sleeves. She looks so uncomfortable. Like, this is the worst decision of her life, and so does Charlie.
Charlie's like, I'm ready to run when you are.
And he's like, just give me the signal, man. Holy shit. Yeah, see, half the wedding guests are all wearing purple. You should have made at least some of the wisteria purple.
Or brown. Purple and brown.
Yeah, they should have made her eye makeup purple, too. They made it black for some reason.
For her inner depression.
They should have gotten Carlisle to marry them. He's a priest. That would have been cuter, too. Like, in all honesty. I still don't recognize anybody in the audience. Like,
well, no, you see Mike. Mike's right there on the left.
There you go. He's the only one out of, like, the 40 people that are sitting here that I recognize. And she is fully having a panic attack. Fully having a panic attack.
How? And he's just looking at her and, like, smiling, like, yes.
He looks happy. Like, he's getting he wants a psycho manipulator. But she looks like she's just so uncomfortable with life. And Charlie's like, oh, God, I can't get you out of this, can I?
He's like, well, shit.
She is absolutely having a panic attack. I don't know if it's Kristen Stewart or if it's, like, Bella. Like, Kristen Stewart in this moment might be thinking to herself, like, oh, my God, I might actually marry Robert Pattinson one day. What's wrong with me? Then again, I think Robert Pattinson got out of that relationship with a better deal because he doesn't have to get with Kristen Stewart anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you didn't kiss when the guy told you to.
They didn't even listen. They just said, nope, we're going for it now.
Yeah, they just literally just traded lines back and forth.
Also, what happened to the priest guy? Like, no one's there anymore.
There's nobody in the audience now. It's just like, fully just make out in front of your parents. That's not going to make anybody uncomfortable. I would be so uncomfortable sitting there.
Were they making out
like
so long that everyone... There we go.
I just make out for fucking years. That's the only time I've ever seen her look happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, she actually looks genuinely happy, and he looks genuinely happy as she was walking down the aisle. So we've gotten to movie 4, and they finally have a moment of looking naturally happy.
The reasons behind them though, like, she's finally one step closer to being turned and
Yeah.
getting laid, and he is just so happy because he's got her right where he wants her.
Yep. It's like, now my manipulation of you is legally binding. I think the only wolf that goes to her wedding is Seth, if I remember right, because I think Seth and his mom go.
Mm.
No, they were Jessica and everyone are just like, wow, the wedding is like way too much. This is so much. And then Alice, who definitely heard them, was just like, hey, don't insult all my fucking hard work.
The one Denali sister that sees the wolf.
Well, she was mated to Laurent, and one of the
Oh
Denali
shit!
sisters. Yeah, she was mated to Laurent, and they killed Laurent. So the wolves did.
Charlie's giving his speech now. He's like, Edward's a good guy. Probably while I'm sure in his brain is going, who caused her to scream every night for the past, for like 4 months straight.
I love Charlie uses his opportunity to have a speech just to threaten Edward. It's like, Edward's going to be a good husband. I know this. Or I will hunt him to the ends of the earth. Oh, and
Please don't sing.
Renee's singing. Her hair got worse. That's what I'd like to know. How did her hair get worse? Oh, Lord. It looks like she just like took her hands in a bunch of hairspray and then just shook it.
It's emulating her inner
chaos.
Yeah, fraying at the edges.
Yeah. At least, like, they gave both Edward and Jacob in this part of the movie, like, this really scruffy look for some reason. But at least it looks good on Jacob. Edward just looks like he's just, like, on a bender.
Yeah, Edward looks drunk, and Jacob just looks so much hotter.
Yeah. Like, Edward, I don't know how they managed to make him look, like, sweaty. Like, but he looks
clammy.
Sweaty.
He looks clammy.
Yeah, he looks both clammy, but his hair looks like he's just sweat buckets. Which is weird considering he doesn't sweat.
There it is.
See, now they both changed clothes, which I think is a really smart idea. Like, because you don't want to go walking around in your wedding gown, like, through the dirt and through the car and, like, everything. Not that they haven't been walking around the forest floor all day. But, you want to, if you're going to go get ready to, like, leave on your honeymoon, or even just go home, I think it's just a better idea just to change. That way you don't have to worry about ripping your dress, like, in the way to the car or anything like that.
Change and stay comfy.
Yeah. Because, like, some people get changed, like, after the ceremony, too. Like, they spend the reception, like, in a different dress. Or, I know somebody who had, like, a full-length gown, like, for their ceremony. And then part of the skirt detached to make it, like, an above-the-knee dress.
Oh, nice.
So, like, they could spend that, like, the reception in that rather than this giant-ass dress. I mean, I would want a large, not like a large, but like a long floor length dress. That's for sure.
I would like a, but
Yeah.
here, this is, I got a time frame for Shen Yun.
Okay.
During the Mongols.
Oh, okay.
Because it says, the gong resounds, the curtain opens, and a heavenly scene is right before your eyes. Fairies emerge from a sea of billowing clouds. Mongolians ride on horseback across grasslands as vast as the sky. Classic stories of love and loss and of humor and heroic deeds come to life.
I mean, it's still not super specific as a time period, because the time of, like, the Mongols interacting with China is pretty long.
Shen Yun's artists tell of a time when divine beings walked upon the earth.
Okay, well, that's just all right. Sure. That doesn't narrow it down at all. I mean, like, I guess if you wanted to put, like, ancient China, like, I guess it'd be the
After
best
decades of communist rule, much of this divinely inspired culture has been destroyed or forgotten. All right. That's fine. I was going to go see where the hell this is happening anyways.
I'm really sure that thinking, like, as they listen to Breaking Dawn Part 1 of us
Holy
aren't
shit, they're
we're
actually...
not we're not prepared for communist China just to be thrown in the middle of this wedding. They're just gonna I don't have any intention of cutting it out, so, like, they're just gonna be listening to this and, like, just being like, "Huh, suddenly they're just talking about communist China." I thought about cutting it out the first time we talked about it, but we keep talking about it. So, like, I'm just gonna leave it in there and be like,
I'm
"Yeah,
tired of it now.
come listen to Edward and Bella get married when we debate communism in China." Like,
We
why
have some
not?
pretty interesting topics. It's actually
I mean, we're definitely all over the place because nobody who listens to this would expect us to talk about a wedding, flowers, the wedding venue, and communist China.
you gotta add some zhuzh somewhere. Keep them
That's
interested.
fair. When you do like the little blurb for this, when you make the post, like come, it should say something along the lines of "Come listen to us critique the wedding and debate communist China."
Hanging wisteria, homemade benches, a white dress, and communist China.
All make up this ethereal
Come,
wedding.
come, come, and come join us as we review the next part of the movie. One of these
Nobody's
things
gonna
just
be
doesn't
prepared.
belong here.
The next movie will debate World War II. The one after that will debate like ancient Australia. Like, come on. Oh Lord. I still hate the fact that Bella is just so willing just let her parents think she dies. Just fully willing just to let her parents just think she's gonna die. You know? Like the whole idea is that there's like an accident on the honeymoon or like she catches a disease or something on the honeymoon and she dies. And she's just fully cool with letting her whole family think that. And that's just fucked.
Everyone in Forks is just gonna think that Bella died mysteriously on her honeymoon.
It will be a legend in this town for generations about the woman who moved to Forks and then like the mysterious family that moved to Forks and how that dude murdered her on her honeymoon. And the family left Forks
Perfect
because
way to get everyone to avoid the Cullens for a while.
yeah, honestly, but everyone in this town will remember it for generations. It really went this super traditional route. Like she went from living with her father to married to and is going to live with her husband. Like there was no in between.
Nope. Told you. I already ruined it last time.
Oh yeah, that's fair.
Property. You have one job.
Mm-hmm.
Get married, move in, bang, produce heirs.
And that's exactly what happens. Like step by step.
He trusts her out in public. Why is she walking around Rio in heels?
They're literally wearing the exact same thing. Like I'm pretty sure the flight to Rio would have warranted a stop to change somewhere. Like from Washington State to Rio de Janeiro probably just should have warranted a stop somewhere. Not wearing exactly what they were when they cuz like they left their wedding party and the at night. It was dark and now they're already in Rio and it's still dark. I feel like it's at least the next day.
I'm gonna look this up. I'm gonna see how long a flight is from
Sure.
what's it, Seattle?
Because like even if they left just because like the whole reception was in the dark, so like they were in there for like several hours, and they get
Hang
to
on.
Rio, and it's and like you have to account for the fact that you're going forward in time too because of the time. It is a minimum of a 16-hour flight and a minimum of $1,000 per ticket. It's 16 hours if it's a nonstop flight.
So if they leave
in the middle of the night,
if they leave at,
would
let's say 11 p.m. Or
yeah
we'll make it easy. Midnight. They leave at midnight.
yeah
16 hours later would make it
it's 6 in the morning.
which
That's
would
but
make it
that's
6 in the
that's just the flight. That isn't getting to the airport, driving to Seattle because they'd have to drive to Seattle or Port Angeles for the flight because Forks doesn't have any airports, and it's an international flight, so they'd have to drive to Seattle, and I think it's like 3 or 4 hour drive. So then you have to go through all of the customs and everything, and then international customs of getting to Brazil. So a 16-hour flight minimum, probably a 24-hour minimum process, considering having to go through customs, get everything checked, and all that bullshit. So I guess it would make sense in the fact that now they're probably just exactly one day later. The weird thing is they're wearing the exact same thing.
That is the weird part, but like time wise, it's mostly correct because since we're on the other side of the equator, it would be night.
Yeah, I'm just because like it would have just taken about 24 hours, I would imagine, for the whole process. The 16-hour flight, the several hour drive to Seattle, going through international customs twice, and then actually they're in Rio de Janeiro, and then so like they spend what's probably a couple hours there. So yeah, I'm gonna assume between 20 to 24 hours. So about the same time I guess their wedding was. The only thing is they probably just could have afforded to change. So, because I don't know how Bella's managing to spend 24 straight hours in heels. So,
Oh, God, I don't know.
considering the fact that she didn't wear heels at all before this, pretty sure I would just be walking around Rio de Janeiro without any shoes on. So,
she
she
panicking.
has to sit on the floor. She has to sit on the floor for a panic attack.
Knees up to her chest, just going lingerie. Oh shit.
Yeah. It's like you've managed to almost seduce this man like 4 times. Just but like I think it's weird that she shaves because you would think you would shave before your wedding.
I would
And
100% do that.
24 hours later, you're definitely not there's no hair there 24 hours later. Like there's no hair on your legs after 24 hours that needs shaving. And it's just like I just think it's kind of weird that she went through that whole process. It's just like,
I mean,
how fast does your hair grow?
not that fast.
Yeah, like
Not that fucking fast.
not so fast that it would have any effect other than risking like giving me like a cut or something. Just like, yeah, all right. But then again, nothing else about the movie makes any sense. So why should this?
Nothing about Bella makes sense.
Fair enough.
More Shen Yun. Like enough. You've shown us this ad 4 times already.
Right? You know what's weird is like every time Bella goes somewhere like on a trip or she leaves or whatever, like whether it's to go like stay and freeze to death on a mountain or she goes like anywhere, somebody else always packs for her. Like always. Somebody's always
This is
packing for her and it always fucks her over in some way. And it's just like
everyone has control issues.
yeah, it's just like, and she really just doesn't mind. And it's just like, why don't you do your own packing? If you did your own packing, more than there, you would have more clothes than just a bunch of lingerie. Because that's
You'd have
pretty
the
much
clothes you want. Because like, if
yeah,
my mom tries to pack for me now, I wouldn't get upset because I'd be like, thank you, but also please stop because
yeah,
that's not what I want to wear.
yeah. And I mean, like, it's weird to pack for other people unless it's like an emergency. You know, like why would you pack for somebody else?
Oh look, we're
She just does
naked.
fuck it and just wears a towel.
Just wears her fucking towel to the beach, and she finds a pile of clothes.
Well, Edward's already underwater because, as he proves multiple times throughout the honeymoon, he doesn't need to breathe, so he just likes to hang out under the ocean. Like a fucking shark. Actually, I think sharks need air, so like a fucking sea anemone.
Anemone. Well, he's a crustacean.
I think crustaceans need air, don't they?
I don't see lobsters
Like a
willingly.
jellyfish.
There you
He's
go.
a demented jellyfish.
I
He's
mean, if
so
he's
pale,
under the water, if he's under the water during the daytime and the light hits him and he sparkles, he's 100% a jellyfish
Yep.
because he glows.
Yeah, absolutely. Now they're just naked in the ocean. And in all honesty, after getting out of the ocean, I would feel like I needed a shower. Like you're just covered in salt water, and that would just be.
You're
And then,
already sweaty and salty, and now you're gonna be covered in salt water.
and then
Shower
like
ASAP.
they're gonna have to get out, right? So they're gonna get covered in sand. You're gonna be sandy, salty, sweaty, and wet, and it's just like that is the worst combination.
Like, I already need to shower, and I'm just, like, grossed out.
Yeah, and it's just like, no. Because walking off an international flight, you already feel dirty. Then go get in the ocean. You would just feel even more dirty. It's a
They
good
went
thing they were.
straight to the bed. They didn't even
Yeah.
shower. Like, no, those are clean sheets. Shower first.
Well, the weirdest part is like, 'cause, like, they were in the water. And Edward at
They're
some
already
point in the
dry.
book, yeah, like, they're already dry.
There goes the first beam of the bed.
Just breaking the bed.
She's like, it's okay. You can break my neck. It's fine.
She'd be perfectly happy if he just broke every bone in her body.
I mean, I want good sex that breaks every bone in my body, but
Not literally.
not literally. She's waking up to fucking chaos like a dog just went ham on their bed.
What is it that happened? Like, the feathers are still falling. So, like, what happened? Even she looks confused. Like, what the fuck is this? What I'd like to know is what, like, look, that whole canopy is just very, very precariously still hanging together. Why did he just leave her underneath, like, wooden beams that are absolutely gonna fall?
You're asking this of the guy that left her alone in the woods?
Ah, that's fair.
Dumped her in the woods?
True enough.
What are little beams gonna do?
She's crying over the fact that she doesn't get any sex.
I mean, if I got married and I didn't get any sex, I'd also be upset.
I mean, fair enough. She's been trying really hard for like a month. I mean, there is only so long you can go before it really just starts to hurt your feelings.
Right?
Your husband for like a month is just like on your honeymoon. It's just like, no, I don't want to fucking touch you. I'm just like, okay.
Self-esteem issues are just now at war with each other.
Yeah. Like, I'll give her credit for that one. Yeah, that would probably really piss me off too. It's like, what the hell was the point of coming out here for a month? You know, as weird as this statement is going to be, and kind of gross, like, it's kind of surprising that she's only pregnant with one kid, considering, like, the implications of the fact that they got pregnant after the one time because of, like, vampire
Anatomy, I guess.
Yeah. And it's just like, it's just kind of impressive that she only got pregnant once. Like, you know. But I also just don't think, like, scientifically, there's anything. He shouldn't have anything.
Scientifically, he should not be shooting anything.
Yeah.
He scientifically, he can't even get it up.
Yeah, it's very true.
Like, there's no blood pumping. There's no oxygen in that body.
I wonder if they had to import animals to the island for him to hunt during this period. Oh. No,
Good
wait.
question.
I remember reading that. I think he left once every week to go to the main island to go hunt.
Oh.
Like, to go back to Rio de Janeiro, if I remember right. Because I think that's when she discovered she was pregnant, as he was off the island and, like, the cleaning lady was there. And the cleaning people know that he's a vampire. And
where do these people, do they travel to the island just to clean this house?
yeah, they hire them to come clean the island every once in a while.
Oh, jeez.
To keep it, like, up and clean and from
Habitable?
getting derelict. Yeah. And those are the people who bring, like, the groceries and everything too for Bella. But they know that they're vampires, and I think it's the maid who comes who tells her, like, you know, you're pregnant.
There's the note. I've gone to the mainland to hunt.
Yeah.
Is this where she realized she's pregnant? Take a whiff.
Yep, she eats something and then it makes her sick. Yeah, she goes
dumplings and peanut butter?
and yogurt. Yeah, that's definitely pregnancy cravings.
Sorry, not dumpling. That's chicken.
Yeah, it's chicken, it's peanut butter, and yogurt. That is a horrible sounding combination.
She's now questioning herself.
Yeah, she's looking at it like, oh, what is no.
Oh, there we go.
Why run all the way to the bathroom when the sink was like right behind you? Oh, they did not have to show that. They really didn't have to show that at all.
No, you don't want to see actually, like, puke coming out of someone's mouth.
Oh, gross.
I swear this movie gets grosser and creepier the more it goes. Like, creepy CGI baby, just bodily functions and things I just didn't need to think about. Ugh.
You wouldn't start showing that early.
Yeah, it's been 14 days, even with a vampire kid, not quite that soon.
Asking the real question.
Edward is going into shock.
You might want to sit down, Edward. Oh, look, Alice is calling.
Edward has just gone into shock. He is not moving. She's calling Rosalie. That is the smartest fucking thing to do. When you need an ally.
On something that you know that she can help you with.
Oh, yeah. And now we're having a weird scene with Jake that I don't remember.
Is it them coming back?
It's Carlisle, I think. Or, Charlie.
Now Jacob is torn. It's like, do I let Bella die just so I can have the satisfaction of killing Edward?
Yep. Because that was a real tempted look on his face when Edward offered to let Jake kill him. The only two people on, like, the side of keeping this baby are Bella and Rosalie. And that's it. Everybody else is like, this is a terrible idea. When even Edward is like, no. When Edward and Jacob are in agreement with something's there's a problem.
Very wrong. Yeah, Blondie.
Rose is completely down with the fact that, like, if Bella dies, well, then Rose gets to raise the kids.
Rose is happy either way because she gets a baby out of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's got a point. Like, when you die, what was the point of all this?
Yeah, it's like, what was the point of 4 books worth of drama if it's just gonna end this way? Would have made it a much more interesting story, though. She just fucking died at the end.
Bella dies, Rose gets the baby, Jacob kills Edward, and then Jacob runs away.
Yeah.
Creates his own little pack in Canada with Seth and Leah.
That's assuming, yeah, like, Jake wouldn't go, like, jump off a cliff or something. Because he's admitted, like, before, it's like, well, you're just killing me too.
But I think he's...
Like... I think at this point he's probably pretty fed up with everything to the point that he's not that as invested. And he's got a point, like, don't make me watch you die. Like, actively choose to die. I actually kind of respect Edward in this moment. He's like, I can't just stand here while you willingly kill yourself. Like, and that's a lot to ask out of anyone, let alone your husband. Like, come on. Why is Jacob surprised that the Cullens are willing to risk their own lives for Bella? They've been doing it for 4 movies. Like, let's be honest. Yes, Jacob, they're a family. God, what did you think they were? He's like, well, they're really a family. She's like, yes, you dumbass. They're a family. Just because they're vampires doesn't mean they don't have feelings.
Well, he is also, like, unpacking years of prejudice thrown at him.
That's fair. Well, yeah.
He still doesn't...
More like a year of prejudice because he didn't believe the legends until, like, he turned.
True. So a year of being told what, like,
Although he's got a lot of trauma, so... I mean, it's not. This is a pretty good plan on Jacob's part, in all honesty, to like try and hang out to them. And while they do that, like some of the Cullens escape to go hunt. Because like it's
A distraction, yeah.
point. I think like I would have sent Emmett, and I honestly think I would have sent Jasper too. Like he needs to hunt.
Yeah, I don't want to
needs
see
to hunt.
Jasper hangry.
Yeah, like
I don't
we've
think
seen
that's the.
Jasper hangry. Like because that man has some rock hard control, considering the fact that he is in a house full of other vampires that are also hungry, and
That boy.
everybody's feeling it.
That boy.
Mm-mm. Feel bad for Jasper,
All
and we're good. We're
right.
gonna be like halfway, more than halfway through this movie, which is
We
fine.
are more than halfway through this movie.
That's fine.
We're at like 145.
No shit, we might just fucking finish this movie.
Right?
145. I thought she. Oh fuck! Her transformation is the end of the movie, isn't it? Isn't that the end of the movie? Like the last scene is her opening her eyes as a vampire, isn't it?
I think so.
Ah shit! I'm gonna have to split
I
this
think
into
so.
two. Yeah, I'm gonna have to split this into two. I forgot about that. I thought it was that, and then like her transformation and her days after having transformed were the first movie.
I mean,
I
unless they
forgot it.
just restarted from there. But the transformation is, I think, my favorite scene.
Well, the
in this whole
transformation,
series.
yeah, like I think she transforms and she lays in the bed, and the very last scene of this movie is her opening her eyes as
Yeah.
a vampire for the first time. And I forgot that was the last scene because I thought there was more to the movie than that. And that was the scene I was just gonna have a stop at and watch the rest of Breaking Dawn next time. But we're gonna watch it, so that's fine. And this is why they brought Emmett, because Esme versus two wolves is a lot.
But Bulldog Emmett into them.
Hell yeah. He just knocked out two at once.
I swear, he just fucking bum rushed them and they went flying.
That's the reason they took him with him, so. That's like you literally just put two words together, Bella. Like that's the fucking worst name.
Like even Edward's in the back going, "These are terrible names."
Like I don't know what to
Jacob's
do with
like,
that.
"I said I would support you 2 seconds ago, and I'm trying really hard to do that."
Yep. Like I was just like that's just too like Renee and Esme sound really similar. You could have overlapped them together much easier. Like they have vampire reflexes. They definitely could have caught her.
Yeah,
before
they
she
could
hit
have
the
fucking
floor.
caught her before she fucking fell.
They just let her fall. Like, shit. They're like, you know what? Do we want to catch her at this point? Like, maybe we should just let her fall. You know, like we don't really need to catch her.
Her spine did like a
Yeah, she did like a weird
75-degree like
yeah.
crack. Like
She did something real strange
she
there.
should be dead.
Yeah. Every time we watch these movies, I want to find like really good Twilight fan fiction to like let's bet like way better than this. But as soon as we stop watching it, all Twilight
all
interest
desire
just
goes out the
away.
window.
It just fucking vanishes, and it's just like, oh, I need to find one that's really good. Like while we're sitting here. Did you ever read any of those things that I sent you?
Which one? No.
That's fair.
I just sent you a thing, but because Aaron sent it to us. At a NASA Earth meeting 10 years ago, a white male postdoc interrupted me to tell me that I didn't understand human drivers of fire, that I definitely needed to read McCarty et al. Looked him in the eye, pulled my long hair back so he could read my name tag. I'm McCarty et al.
Brilliant.
Because I told Aaron and Geneva about that, about your thesis being the second source in the fucking database.
That's true. I'm still proud of that. He literally has to bite the baby out.
It's like vampire. It's like diamond placenta, and only another vampire can get it out of there. Edward's got some strong ass control though, because he didn't hunt and he just went full on blood of her in my mouth.
Yeah.
I saw his teeth change.
Yeah.
They were all jagged.
That's weird because that doesn't happen with Stephenie Meyer's vampires.
Unless it's just Ed Roberts' teeth that I didn't realize until now.
Yeah, maybe.
All right, you saw her now
That is
die.
a very large baby for a newborn. Like
I mean,
that's
when I was born, the nurses thought that I was 3 months old because
yeah.
I was a huge baby,
Wow.
full of mop up black hair, eyes wide open, hands wide open, just high.
Oh, all right.
And my mom's doctor was like, "You're gonna have your hands full with this one," and look what happened.
Yeah, it's very true. How does Jacob not imprint on the baby right now? Because literally they're standing
They're
side
right
by
there.
side.
Seriously,
Yeah,
it only happens like after when Rosalie's holding her, and that's just weird.
yeah. And Bella is now fully dying, so like maybe get your shit together.
Go clean her up. Come on, chop chop.
That is a big ass
That's a
syringe.
big ass needle of his venom.
Yeah. That's a weird color too.
The silver color.
Yeah. And I think he like ends up biting her like at a bunch of different like
Yeah, you had mentioned that.
junctions. Yeah.
Don't they also start like doing chest compressions to like try
Yeah.
to kickstart her heart?
Yeah.
There we
The thing
go.
is she has a giant open wound on her stomach now.
Oh yeah, Jacob imprints on Renesmee as he's about to go down and like snatch her from
Yeah.
Rosalie and like kill her, and then she looks at him.
Yeah. That is a terrible thing to say to to Edward. Like you
Well, we
deserve
already
to
know Jacob
live with
does not
this.
like him. He doesn't like any
Oh
of it.
yeah. Like,
But
but Jake knows how to pick his words. Like, I'll
but
say
like
that.
he's got a point though. I mean, like if like killing Edward would be the easy way out, because like even after he kills Edward, Jacob is still alive to deal with all of this, and Edward
Yeah,
is not.
that's true. Mm.
That's a nice wax figure that I hope that's her.
Yeah,
I really hope
honestly.
it's a wax figure.
Yeah. Otherwise, she's gonna have very real bruises.
Even that, like, there you go.
Yeah,
Now he
see,
starts
now
biting her
he's
everywhere.
biting her. Bites her at the inside of each wrist, at back of her legs by the looks of it.
Above the knee? Come on, you could at least done the femoral.
Oh, shit.
Bite the open wound, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah.
I love this. This transformation part.
The
Everything is just
transformation.
crystallizing,
Yeah.
turning into a diamond.
And the thing is in the book, she never screams. Like,
It's
she
all in her
screams in her
head.
head, yeah.
That's everything we just saw was in her head.
Yeah.
Like she's dying. Like her
Yeah.
heart has stopped, but like her mind hasn't gotten there yet.
Yeah. Weird, creepy CGI baby. Now Jacob just feels rage.
Go kill the baby and then imprint on it. Let's go.
Well, in all honesty, like, I think even in my angriest moment, I'm not entirely sure I would think, hey, I'm gonna go kill a baby.
Yeah, but you do realize, Sam, that he is his own alpha.
Well,
The predator walk.
yeah, right? Jake's got murder walk. Rosalie absolutely hears him come through
Of
the
course.
door.
Of course she does. She knows
In
exactly
all
who's there.
honesty, I'd kind of pay money to watch. Oh,
And she
creepy
lifts him
CGI! Creepy CGI! Oh, God.
And there it is.
Oh, it's so weird and gross and creepy. It's so weird and it grows and creepy.
It's so wrong.
He sees the future now. He just had like a weird vision of Renesmee when she's like an adult.
And then, but she's gonna end up being adult in like 4 years.
Yeah, but like that's even weirder
I
because like
know.
she hasn't had the time to mature and like grow and have like experiences that come with maturity and years of experience. Oh, and the CGI is horrifying. Actually horrifying.
It's like, are you sure you want to fight
Yeah.
the vampires that are hungry?
Yeah.
Cause
It's like it doesn't really matter how much they think you stink. Like they might drink you.
they hungry and they're pissed.
I feel like I read somewhere that werewolf blood was like poisonous.
Poisonous?
Yeah. I feel like I read that
Probably.
somewhere, but I can't remember where I read
Pretty
that.
sure it's mentioned somewhere in the books.
Yeah. An article pops up on my phone. It says everything you need to know about the dark academia trend. Yeah, the dark academia trend is over. That's all you need to know about it. Like when it gets to the point where people are writing articles about it, you know it's over. The article right below it says 5 financial tips for each Hogwarts house that will make you say Accio money. Yeah.
No. Totally random, but I just saw that Amanda Bynes' conservatorship is officially over.
Ah, I saw that. So she had a much easier time getting rid of it than Britney Spears did, because her
Yes.
parents were actually supportive.
They were actually trying to help. I want to at least hope that they were trying to help Amanda versus just trying to control Britney.
Yeah.
Fight, 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 fight. Come on, Jasper, break some bones.
Yeah.
Oh, you went after Alice. That's not going to end well.
Mm-mm. Oh, Carlisle and Esme are back.
At full strength.
Yep.
Along with Emmett.
Yeah.
Emmett's a one-man army.
Yeah, he is. And now Edward can have a couple days to freak the fuck out over the fact that Jacob imprinted on his baby daughter. So creepy. God.
While Mama
So
is just
fucking
dying,
creepy.
you know, is dead
Yeah.
on the cot.
Yep. It's like, congratulations,
like
you're worried about him stealing your wife, he stole your daughter instead.
I feel like Edward takes the news of the imprint a lot better than she does.
In all honesty, Edward's been through a lot. Just the last couple days.
How? It's only been, what, a couple hours?
Well, I think the idea is that it's just, gonna let it pass over the couple days.
I feel like just like the fight happened and this is the next day.
Yeah.
Does,
they wouldn't just leave her there covered in blood.
does
for
it
a couple
say
days.
in the books or in like the guide how long it takes for them to turn?
3 to 4 days.
3 to 4 days.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing about her can be possibly normal, so
yeah,
she's changing in a matter of hours.
No, it takes her in the books.
Oh.
It takes her a couple days.
Okay.
Yeah. It's really weird that like you watch her hair change color.
I know.
And move. Also, it is moving. It is fully moving.
There's an invisible wind.
And the reason she retains so many of her human memories, is because of the fact. Ooh, this gross scene.
Her chest just went, "Nah, I'm back."
Yeah. But the reason she retains so many of her human memories is because of the fact that she specifically focuses on all of her human memories while she's under, and she's transforming to try and remember as much of them as she can, and it worked.
It worked.
Yeah.
She doesn't go blood hungry, like bloodthirsty after she comes back either.
No. That they can't explain. They're not sure why she's that way.
I have a feeling it has to do with retaining so much of her human memories,
Yeah.
and B, her inherent power that she's got.
Yeah. Well, I also think it has to do with the fact that how prepared she was for
That
it.
too. That too.
Like, she was preparing for it for more than a year. And, so I think that has something to do with it. But also, I just think maybe Bella's just kind of weird.
That's 100% accurate.
She states at one point that she didn't feel like
She
quite
belonged to
right.
this world.
Yeah, like quite right as a human, but she feels like she fits a lot more as a vampire.
I don't want to see Charlie without a beard ever again.
Sorry. Fair enough.
Look, the last blood cell solidified into a diamond. They all hear it.
Yeah, they all hear her heart stop. Finally, some good makeup work.
Like, he should realize that, like, she looks different.
Yeah. They even bothered to put mascara on her.
I know, right? And
isn't that really weird though that they put mascara on her?
I guess beauty standards equal you must be the undead to be unbelievably pretty.
I mean, maybe just as a vampire, you just automatically have mascara.
Forever full face of makeup.
I mean, it would save some time. Not that I really do any makeup anymore, so.
Jeez. We are done with part 1.
I was not expecting to watch the whole movie tonight.
We finished the whole thing, and it's not that late.
Yeah, honestly, it's not too bad. It's 11:30 here, so.
Wow.
Yeah. Honestly, I was really expecting to cut off at the halfway point, but where I thought was a halfway point wasn't the halfway point. So, yeah, because I forgot that the transforming scene was the very last scene. I really thought there was time as her getting used to the scene with her fighting Jacob and everything was a part of the first movie, not the second movie. So I'll have to find a natural stopping point in the middle of all of that. So
I wonder. I feel like we didn't talk a lot in this one, so I wonder if you can condense it into one episode.
I could probably very easily condense it down into one episode. So maybe just use the the first icons we have of the sippy cup, from the blood cup to the milk cup. Just use that as part.
The milk cup.
Yeah, maybe just use that as episode 1 and then episode 2.
I didn't realize that the other one was supposed to be milk.
You're the one who came up with that.
No, but I was thinking just blood, and then you inverted it. I'm like, oh, that's cool, inverted colors. Didn't think that. Oh yeah, that's milk.
Yeah, it's the milk because now the baby's around. So
fucking idiot.
Yeah. Oh, but yeah. So yeah, I'll have to look and see how much actual audio there is, because I'm kind of with you. I feel like there wasn't a lot of commentary,
which is fine.
Yeah, which is it's fine. We didn't need to talk any more than that, because if it's one episode, it's one episode. That's fine. I'll just change the icon thing to be part 1.
Yeah.
It'll just be Breaking Dawn part 1 and Breaking Dawn part 2. Yeah. Because in all honesty, yeah, I'll take a look, see how much audio there is, and see what's going on, and see let's see how that looks. So yeah, I'm gonna stop this so I can look. All right, we have officially finished the first part of
Breaking Dawn.
Breaking Dawn, yeah. So Breaking Dawn part 1 is over, and
we got to see bruises and
yeah.
blood and solidification and
We gotta see a lot. Like we went from the wedding to the honeymoon to like the like the cleaning lady being like death.
she saw the beams of the bed and just went, "What did you do?" It's like
Yeah.
clearly you clearly know what they did. They banged.
Yeah, and then like so from like death to just watching Bella slowly,
Being eaten
willingly,
alive
yeah,
from the
she's
inside out.
willingly just killing herself, and that is, I mean, it wouldn't be a Twilight book if Bella didn't spend part of it trying to kill herself. In all honesty, because
And
that's
so willingly going off to her death. Like, I'm
yeah,
sorry. I may not enjoy this reality or this existence, but I'm not gonna go gallivanting off to to kill myself anytime soon.
every single book and movie she tries a new way to kill herself, and it's just like Jesus Christ,
Hallucinations,
girl.
dangerous stunts,
Just, like, cutting herself in
keeping
front of a bunch of vampires on purpose?
you know keeping a blood leeching parasite inside her body.
Despite literally everyone
Everyone
except
around
her.
her saying this is wrong.
Yeah, and it's just like, they don't know what it's going to be. Like, they had no idea it would be an actual, like, baby when it could have just been because, like, in their world, they've, like, they've had people who transform children
hmm
run rampant around, and they know what that's like, so you kinda have to assume that's just what it's gonna be, but, like,
Like,
as a
yeah, how do you
newborn.
not know that when it comes out, it's not gonna go straight for like someone's throat?
Yeah, like, Jesus. So you have no idea, none. And then the creepiest part of this whole fucking movie, which is saying something, is Jacob imprinting on creepy CGI baby. That is so fucked. That is so fucked. Like, let's be honest here. Like that.
After Jacob tells them, it's like it's the worst thing that could happen to you in a sense because your DNA says that you're now happy and your DNA, everything about you changes to be whatever that person needs, and it's just
Which is
like
such a twisted, fucked up idea of a
it's
relationship.
I don't
Like,
like it. I don't want me myself to lose any semblance of who and what I am
yeah.
for someone else.
Yeah, but I also
And
wouldn't
for
want.
whatever they want me, like, or need me to be, whether it's like a platonic friend or whatever, a protector, like, no, what if I have feelings for that person? Forget that if they're a baby or an adult at this point. Like,
Yeah,
my DNA is telling me this is the one, regardless of age, gender, sex, whatever, species. It's just
yeah,
saying this is it.
and, like, in all honesty,
Nor
I
do I
wouldn't.
want someone else to feel that way towards me.
Yeah, I wouldn't want, like, the person that, like, wants to spend their life with me, they only wanna spend their life with me because some weird magic is telling them they have to. I'm sorry. I know the origins of Voldemort, okay? That was a love potion shit. That's why he doesn't feel any love, and that's why he's as fucked up as he is. Tell me that's not what this is.
Yes.
Like, this is genetic love potion telling you you have to not only love this person, but change everything
Everything
about
about
yourself
you.
to fit whatever this person needs. And that is the most fucked up shit I have ever heard.
I'm
That is
surprised that Voldemort didn't come up with that himself.
honestly,
Some
but
kind
he
of
doesn't understand.
spell.
Yeah, he doesn't understand the concept of love. So, but like, that is the most fucked up shit I have ever heard. And then you add in the concept of imprinting on a
Baby.
baby, on a weird,
On a
creepy
fucking baby.
CGI baby. So you are gonna watch this baby grow up over years and just you're just gonna reach a point maybe like 2 or 3 years down the road after you've watched her go from being a baby to being a
To a
toddler
toddler.
to being a child. You watch her first steps, her first words, like
Her
the
first
first
kill.
like her first everything. And yet, and then at some point, you're gonna think like maybe 3 years, 4 years down the road, yeah, no, I'd like to have sex with that. What the fuck is wrong with you? Also, Renesmee, under no logical terms, should have the maturity, even like in the body of an adult, will have the maturity of an adult. I don't care how fast her brain works or how
There's
fast she
no way she
absorbs
can
info.
mature that quickly in four,
Yeah, like
5 to 6 years.
maturity isn't like learning information, it's experiencing
Experiencing.
thing. It's experiencing the world and life and everything, and that's not something she's gonna have until actually 20, 30 years down the road. Like, what the fuck? But that's okay because as long as Jacob keeps transforming, he'll be immortal too. And it's just so fucked. It's so fucked. It's so fucked.
Everything about this is just so wrong.
Like, this series started out with Stockholm syndrome, right? And stalking. And like it just got worse.
Worse.
And that's almost impressive that she managed to take serious. It was already creepy and weird, and she made it progressively worse.
You know what? I want to read a book written by Bella Swan called The Signs of Stockholm Syndrome.
Honestly, yeah.
Like, tell me of your experience as child.
Yeah, like she could write, like she really just needs to be a part of a psychology study. Like many psychology studies about like what happens when you are a victim of Stockholm syndrome, and like, well, yeah, you know, I didn't want to get married, I didn't want to have kids, I did both of those things.
I nearly
Yeah.
died.
Yeah,
did die.
several
I did
times.
die.
I did willingly offer myself for death many times. I didn't really give a shit that like my family was gonna mourn me when I was gone, as long as I got to bang. Like that was my goal.
As long as I got to bang, and then after a couple days of banging, it was going to be as long as I birthed this demon child.
Yeah. She was like, okay.
It's like, I won't be here to see it, but you will.
Yeah, she was totally down with that
Totally
too. It's
fine
just
to be like, no, as long as my body will get, births it, it's like, I'm good. I can go on to the other side.
like,
It's
what
like,
would
the
it?
whole point was because you wanted to be with Edward,
Yeah.
not because you wanted to give up your life for a child.
And Edward fully telling you that once this baby's born, he's just gonna go kill himself too. And it's just like, wow. So what if like Renesmee turns out to be like a functioning like person? Like, sure. I'm not entirely certain about that because
We
in
don't
all
know anything about
honesty,
Renesmee, really.
yeah, we don't. But like, let's give her the benefit of the doubt and say that she grows up to be a functioning person. What would have happened or have been the point if she hadn't been? What if she'd have been like those children that had been turned and was just a newborn with vampire venom and that just run amok that they didn't have to kill anyway? It would have destroyed Edward because he would have lost his wife and his potential baby that at the time he actually loved. And then it would have destroyed Rosalie as well, because she, like her one hope after all of these decades is like dangling in front of her, and then it's just taken away too. Would have destroyed Jacob because then Bella would be dead. It would have destroyed Bella's family because then Bella would be dead. And it would have ripped apart the Cullen family, who now would
Because
have
Bella would be dead and Edward would be dead.
yeah, and it's just like just rip apart their family and just like and
the
then
Cullens themselves would probably be dead because the Volturi would be like, nah.
well, in all honesty, the wolves might have just fucking come and killed
That
them.
too.
So
By
in
the
all
time the
honesty,
Volturi show up, it's like the last two like vampires alive. It's like, well, sorry, we got here before you.
it's just like, well, in all honesty, like her selfishness and all of that just could have destroyed 3 separate families. Like like the Cullens, and then the tribe, and then Bella's own family. Like that's just so fucked up. So fucked up.
But no,
All
everything
right.
is fine
Yeah.
in Bella's head.
Oh, yeah, she gets about 2 days of fine before a war happens. So, I guess we'll find out in the next episode.
Yeah, we'll see how the next one goes.
At least the next one there's fighting. You know?
I don't
like,
remember fighting. I remember leading up to a war that never happened.
Well, in the movie, you actually get to watch it. So, the war, because it's like Alish's vision or whatever.
All right.
So at least there's actually a really there's like a really nice fight scene. The one you wanted to happen happens. It turns out not to be real. So
Oh, is it the one in his head?
It's the one in Alice's vision.
Oh.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess spoilers for anybody who hasn't seen it, but the movie came out like a decade ago, so if you haven't seen it yet, you're not going to.
There are no spoilers here.
Yeah. So
this movie came out years ago. This is just, if you haven't seen it, oops.
Good for you.
Good for you. You don't need to
like
see
if this is your only Twilight experience, then don't seek out more.
We are all you need.
Yeah, we are literally all you need when it comes to Twilight experience. If you haven't seen it, don't go watch it.
Don't. I mean, if you want to watch it on, high or drunk or whatever and just have a laugh, do it.
Fair
but
enough.
do not watch it with any intent of seriousness.
Yeah, because we make this movie sound way more interesting than it is.
We do. We give it more depth.
We do, in all honesty, and that's really sad. So, all right, guys, we'll see you next time. Watch and finally wrap up the end of Twilight, and then after Twilight, we'll get into some different things. We're gonna test out some different things after we watch Breaking Dawn Part 2, and yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, see what clicks
Yeah,
with us in the audience.
yeah. See if what you guys like. Change it up. Besides just reviews, that we do intend to. We
I
have
mean,
a
as
couple.
cheesy as it sounds, you can always send us ideas.
Yeah, like you can totally send us ideas of things you'd like us to review or talk about because we will be doing some talking episodes. But yeah, give us a
Like, we
little
have
shout
ideas, but we're not an endless well of ideas. So please
out. Fair
help.
enough. We've got some things planned, but we're always interested in feedback and what you guys would like
If
to
you
listen
have
to.
stories where you want to just roast your exes, we will have an episode of that as well.
True,
I've
definitely
got
have to bring in.
permission to do that, so
Well, definitely have to bring in other people because I have none of those
oh
stories.
oh,
So
it's going to be a scream fest.
okay. I have to definitely bring in other people because I have no stories. So yeah. All right. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this, and we'll see you for the next and final part of Twilight. And
Sorry, I'm killing bugs here.
oh, nobody could ever say you're not entertaining because damn.
Just killing bugs.
Hmm.
It's cool. I don't like them to fly anywhere near me.
Fair enough.
Ugh.
All right, guys. We'll see you next time. We'll wrap up the last of Twilight, and then we'll get into some different things. And thanks for sticking around.
Thanks, guys. See you next
Bye.
time.
Bye.
Oh boy.
Honestly.
Tune in next week for more fuckery because we have some serious questions and concerns.
She's just like, don't fucking ruin our honeymoon already on day one.
She's already ruined it.
Oh, yeah.